Hello friends. The English word meditation stems from meditatem, a Latin term meaning to ponder. Meditation was first originated in India. The oldest documented evidence of the practice of meditation are wall arts in the Indian subcontinent from 5000 to 3500 BCE, where people are seated in meditative postures with half closed eyes. Written evidence of any form of meditation was first seen in the Vedas around 1500 BCE. In the 6th to 4th century BCE, the Chinese, Taoist, and Indian Buddhist traditions began to develop their own versions of meditation's practice. The Hindu tradition of meditation includes both the yogis meditating in caves as well as the sages of the Vedic culture, the oldest meditation tradition on the earth. It has hundreds of lineages and techniques. In the 6th century BCE, Siddhartha Gautama abandoned his royal life as a prince and set out to attain enlightenment. In this process, he learned meditation and philosophy from the best yogis. He diverged from the tradition and created his own methodology. He achieved the enlightenment and became the Buddha. He then spent the next decade of his life teaching meditation and spiritual awakening to thousands of people. Over the next several centuries, Buddhism spread all over Asia and many different lineages were formed. Nowadays, the Buddhist style of meditation like Vipassana, Samatha, loving kindness, and walking meditation are perhaps the most widely practiced form of meditation in the West. Friends, yoga and meditation were introduced to the United States early in the 20th century by a yogi called Swami Vivekananda. His charismatic and rationalist presentation at the Parliament of Religions in Chicago in 1893 triggered a big interest in Americans in Eastern philosophy and spirituality. It was also well received by the Transcendentalist movement in the United States, especially by Ralph Waldo and Henry David. As a result of his influence in the 20th century, several famous Indian spiritual teachers migrated to USA, including Paramahansa Yogananda, Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, and Swami Rama. Likewise, representatives of several schools of Buddhism made their way to teach in the West. Let's understand the proven benefits of meditation. Meditation is a habitual process of training your mind to focus and redirect your thoughts. One study, including over 3,500 adults, showed that it lives up to its reputation for stress reduction. Normally, mental and physical stress cause increased levels of the stress hormone called cortisol. This produces many of the harmful effects of stress. These effects can disrupt sleep, promote depression and anxiety, increase blood pressure, and contribute to fatigue and cloudy thinking. Another study in nearly 1,300 adults demonstrated that meditation may decrease stress. Notably, this effect was strongest in individuals with the highest level of stress. A larger study in 2,466 participants also showed that a variety of different meditation strategies may reduce anxiety level. Two studies of mindful meditation found decreased depression in over 4,600 adults. It enhances self awareness. Most of the population is struggling with insomnia these days. The study shows that the participants who meditated fell asleep sooner and stayed asleep longer compared to those who didn't meditate. A study of 996 volunteers found that when they meditated by concentrating on a silent mantra, a repeated non vocalized word reduced blood pressure by about 5 points on average. Just to add further that the first piece of scientific research on meditation happened in 1936 and the first one using the EEG was in 1955. The first collection of scientific studies on meditation was made in 1977 by James van der Burg, a student of Swami Rama of the Himalayan International Institute of Yoga Science. Swami Rama was one of the first yogis to be studied by Western scientists. In the 1960s, he was examined by the scientist at the Menninger Clinic, where he demonstrated his ability to voluntarily control his bodily pressures such as heartbeat, blood pressure, and body temperature, which science had up until then considered being involuntary. He demonstrated altering his heartbeat and sitting motionless to 300 beats per minute for 16 seconds, and then within a minute completely stopping his heart from pumping blood for some seconds, producing different skin temperatures on adjacent side of his hand by consciously dilating and contracting his blood vessels with his mind, producing alpha, delta, theta and gamma brains waves on demand, remaining fully conscious of his environment while his brain was in deep sleep. These and other demonstrations triggered interest in the scientific community to further study the effects of meditation in the body. Before that time, meditation was still considered a religious practice and thus not appropriate for healthcare purpose. With his contribution, this began to change. Friends, there are 6 popular types of meditation practice. Number 1, mindful meditation, to focus on an object or your breath while you observe any bodily sensation, thoughts or feelings. You don't judge the thoughts or become involved with them. Second one, spiritual meditation. It is similar to a prayer in that you reflect on the silence around you and seek a deeper connection with your God or universe. Third, focused meditation. Focused meditation involves concentration using any of the 5 senses. You can focus on something internal like your breath, or you can bring in external influences to help focus your attention. Try counting mala beads, listening to a gong, or staring at a candle flame. Fourth one is movement meditation. This practice may include walking through the woods, gardening, qigong, and other gentle forms of motion. It is an active form of meditation where the movement guides you. Movement meditation is good for people who find peace in action and prefer to let their minds wander. Fifth one is mantra meditation. This type of meditation uses a repetitive sound to clear the mind. It can be a word, phrase, or sound, such as the popular Om. Some people enjoy mantra meditation because they find it easier to focus on a word than on their breath. And the last one, sixth, is transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation is the most popular type of meditation around the world, and it is the most scientifically studied. This practice is more customizable than mantra meditation, using a mantra or series of words that are specific to each practitioner. Friends, it seems that meditation can transform one's life provided that it is followed with the right approach and suitable technique. Let's make it part of our life, starting from few minutes. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay connected for more videos.